Hey everyone, it's Dr. Stuff here, and if you're new to Cookie Run Kingdom and wondering which cookies are actually worth building, I've got you. Today I'm going to break down the best cookies for beginners so you don't waste your precious resources, and let's get right into it. Before we jump into the actual cookies, we're going to explain what the different rarities are. There's common, which is all the way down over, okay, yep, give it a sec, right here, common. You've got rare, you've got special cookies, you've got epic cookies, you've got all the way coming down. There's a lot of epic cookies, by the way. There's super epic. There's the beast. There's legendary. There's beasts, and then there's ancients. So what we're going to be focusing on for today's video is epic and above, because the rest of the cookies aren't really like the rare cookies and common cookies have their uses and some weird uses, but you're not going to really focus on the start. In the start, I want you to focus on one healer, which will be in the back. One damage dealer, which could be in the middle, back. It could also be in the front. And then the last thing, a tank. As a damage dealer, let's go straight to our cookies that I will recommend. This is in a certain order of if you get them, then use them instead of the other options. But I'll make it so that we have at least a few epics that you can use. For damage dealer, I would say Fire Spirit is pretty damn good. I would say Wind Archer is pretty good. Shadowmoke is very, very consistent and very good. Eternal Sugar, pretty new, pretty good. White Lily is going to be in the list because White Lily is going to get an Awaken soon. If you build her now, she will eventually be probably the best Ancient out of the lot, since she's getting an Awaken the last. Golden Cheese is also decent, but that's getting to, if you have her Awaken, then she'll be good. If you don't, then I'd prefer White Lily 100%. For the epics, you have Caramel Arrow. Caramel Arrow is a pretty good damage dealer. Apart from Caramel Arrow, there are other choices you can take, but ideally, if you have the mileage, I'll just buy Caramel Cookie. You can use Captain Caviar if you really want, but realistically, I would focus on Caramel Arrow. As a healer, you don't have many options as healers. The best option would be Awaken PV if you somehow have an Awaken. If you don't have Awaken PV, but you have normal Mystic Flower, I'd recommend Mystic Flower. If you don't have normal Mystic Flower, then I recommend PV. And let's say you don't have PV either. Even though you can get a guaranteed PV from Might of the Ancients, let's just say you decided not to pick it and you just saw this video late. Spring Puff is really good, especially if you get her magic candy. She's basically free to get as long as you do the guild. Apart from her, there's the special cookies that I would recommend, including Cream Ferret and also Snapdragon. Cream Ferret is a more consistent healer. Apart from that, none of the other healers are really to write home about. You can use like Cotton Cookie. You can use a bunch of other healers, but I wouldn't really recommend building anyone else. In terms of tanks, some of the best tanks I'd say are Burning Spice. I'd say Hollyberry if you have her Awaken. Dark Cacao if you have his Awaken. And if you don't have their Awaken, you can use them normally. But after that, I would consider using Crimson Coral as a solo frontliner. If you don't have her, then maybe use a Elder Fairy. If you don't have Elder Fairy, one of the best ones you can buy with mileage is Financier. Financier is amazing, increases damage, does defense, has a magic candy, which increases her healing as well. Great cookie. If not that, there's a bunch of good tanks. There's Cloud Haiti, which I would say is pretty good. There's Fettuccine Cookie, which is also a really good tank. And then, like at the last point, I would say Rebel. Rebel has his uses in certain things. And I would say Rebel's quite good as well, to be honest with you. And then after that, after you've got at least one of each, I would say recommend focusing on a damage dealer for a boss. A good boss killer would be like Wind Archer, maybe a Creme Brulee, which is you can get pretty easily using mileage. If not that, then Totstaten, but then this is getting into less good regions. I would say at least a Creme Brulee. And then if you can get a Wind Archer or any of the other damage dealers I said, I would say that's the best. To recommend actual team building, after you've built one of each, I would say you want at least one tank. You want ideally only one tank. I usually don't use multiple. You want at least one healer. Sometimes two is great if you can get a support. Make sure if you are using Awaken PV, you don't use another healer class, because if there's two healers in the team, PV can't revive your teammates. So I'd recommend using a support cookie like I use here. I recommend at least two damage dealers just to have consistent damage that's going out, and these cookies are quite good because SMC can revive himself, and Eternal Sugar can do crowd control effects. I would say optional cookies to build. On top of these, your main team, I would say, where are they? I would say Right here, Candy Apple. Candy Apple's a pretty good cookie in general. Increases other cookies' damages, gives them shields, and reduces enemy defense. So pretty consistently good cookie to use. Same with Rebel. Rebel's quite good as well. We already mentioned him. Linza, however, is a really good cookie, which increases crit percent, reduces defense for enemies, stacks effects, and reduces healing. So if you want to use a poison team, really good. But in general, really good against bosses. And yeah, that's it. That's it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions or disagree with any of my opinions, let me know down below. I'm not always right, so I would appreciate you guys tell me. If you want a guide for anything else, like you want an arena team guide, you want a guild battle guide, let me know down below. Like and subscribe, and if you found this helpful, join the Discord, which is also full of CRK players, which we talk about Cookie Run Kingdom all the time. And I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.